Hello, Leo. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Tarot Grand Lux by Cyril Marchetti. Website is usgamesinc.com. Feel free to freeze frame there if you want that information. Supportive Oracle Cards, Magical Spell Cards by Lucy Cavendish. Website on the back here is hayhouse.com. Feel free to freeze frame on that if you want to as well, if you want that information. What do we have for Leo? Alright, what's the world? Oh, okay. How much are we going to put out here, Leo? The world. So, okay. This is going to be obvious. Leo is not afraid of an argument. I haven't really known one that's afraid of an argument. That's stereotypical of the Leo energy. Most Leos are not afraid of an argument. There are some exceptions, I know that. It's very rare, though, it seems. If you have something to say, you need to say it. You say it. That's how it is. Now, you negotiating is not working. Okay? You deciding what you want and just going forward for it, that will work. It seems so... I know. I feel like if you're going to negotiate with somebody, you're going to have an issue. You got to kind of make this work out the way it needs to work out. You already know what needs to happen. For this leg of the journey, you just need to do it and let other people catch up. That's how it's coming through. Take it with a grain of salt. Readings are for entertainment purposes only, of course. I don't know. It's kind of like, no, this is coming up in like what's not working. Negotiating it out will just make it take too long. It's not bad to negotiate, but I feel like if we're negotiating, we're wasting time arguing and not doing. It's kind of like, listen, we just need to make a decision and move forward, and then as you move forward, other things will fall into place. Other people aren't going to like that, but you can deal with that. You can just keep moving anyway, and you'll deal with the corruption as it keeps coming forward. Corruption? Yeah, there's something here where I feel like somebody's playing a game and they're just trying to stagnate the situation. I don't know why they're playing this game of stagnation. I mean, I know it's a general read, but I'm getting like, this isn't going to work for you. You're going to lose out, and so aren't other people. Move forward. It's not going to be the most gentle move forward. Just move forward. It's not going to be completely to your liking, but it will move things forward. It'll keep the situation alive. It'll keep it progressing. It'll keep it from stagnating. Somebody else is just trying to stagnate it so they can make happen what they want to make happen. It's almost like they're trying to wait out the situation. It's kind of like, it reminds me of a kid waiting for the bus. If they wait in the house long enough, the bus will go, and then either somebody else has to take them to school or they get to stay home. It's something like that. They're trying to wait it out. Kind of like, if I wait long enough, the opportunity that you want will pass so I can get what I want. And that's not the best for this situation. It's not the best for this situation. It's just not. If you just kind of push forward and get done what you need to get done, everybody else will be a lot happier. It works better not only for you, but for most people. Most people. I mean, the person who wants what they want, that's a whole other story. So it's kind of like, again, if I'm going to use the kid waiting for the school bus, they're like, oh, I don't have this yet, I don't have that yet. And they're trying to run around and act like they're busy, and the bus is about to pull away. It's kind of like, hold on, bus, they're coming. And they're like, but I don't have my lunch. That's okay, here's some money, you're going to have to buy it today, or you're going to go without, one of the two. Here's your backpack. And like pushing them out the door as they're putting their coat on, like, you're going. It's not ideal. You're gonna have to buy lunch today, or I'll drop off lunch on my way to work. I'll leave it at the school office for you. You'll have to come get it when I drop it off, or your teacher. I'll make sure your teacher gets it, something like that. It's kind of like, no, you're going. It's not ideal, but like you're pushing them out the door. Get that coat on. Here's your backpack. Just go. I'll make the rest of it work out later. You're just going to have to go. This isn't ideal. I don't really want to have to stop off to the school on my way to work, but this person needs to get on the bus. So get on the bus. It works out better for everybody. It really does. Well, most people, even probably the person here that doesn't want it to, but if they're going to admit to that, it's a whole nother story. Once it's moved forward, there's no turning back. Once that person is on the bus, I don't know why we're using a bus analogy, but there you go. Then it is what it is. Then their opportunity to screw things up will pass. The wheel will have turned. Opportunity will have moved forward. It's like once it's done, it's done. Especially because, for example, if a kid pulls this once, you're going to prepare it to make sure that this doesn't happen again. They're going to be getting up an hour earlier, or the night before. You're going to make sure everything is already everything that can be packed. Like the cold stuff is in the fridge. I got this over here. I got that ready to go. So you just 1, 2, 3, put it where it needs to go. The backpack is already packed the night before. The clothes are already laid out the night before, so that everything is set up. Everything is all set up. So when this kid gets up, they just do what they need to do, and then 1, 2, 3, out the door. Boom. There's also another caveat, if we're going to use the kid analogy with the bus. The night before, you have everything set up, and you also let them know if they miss the bus, they're going to be grounded for 2 weeks. No matter whose fault it is. Which may not be completely true that you would do that, but if they have that standard set in their head, if they miss the bus, no matter whose fault it is, they will be grounded for 2 weeks. They're like, uh-oh. I gotta make sure I get. They'll be more motivated to make sure they get on that bus. You're actually negotiable, but you're trying to. But I feel like that might be a part of this. You are actually negotiable, but you're gonna come off like you're not, which will also work to your advantage. Because I feel like once I correct it once and move forward, going on beyond that, I'm not playing around anymore. I don't know why we're using the bus analogy. It's kind of weird in my opinion, but why not? Whoever this is, what is that? The Hanged Man with the 5 of Swords. Once you move it forward, I don't see them getting what they want anymore. Once it moves forward once, there's not a chance for them to win. It's only like, what way are they going to lose? So I feel like they're going to let go of that Hanged Man energy. It's all about you unsticking the situation and pushing it forward, and just kind of like you're on the bus, and that's that. After that, it feels like it just doesn't serve them to cause a problem anymore. Even if they try to in the future, it's lackluster. It's barely like, by them trying to even consider a problem, it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. And to you, it's like, I know what you're doing, so I don't know why you're bothering, because you're not going to win. I feel like the adversity kind of dies down after you move it forward, because it's kind of like they can't get what they want anymore. So just creating a problem to create a problem, it just doesn't seem to serve them. Some of the people you're dealing with, for some of you, they will just do it to just create a problem, but that literally will be an answer for you. If you realize they're creating a problem to just literally create a problem, you'll handle that as necessary. I don't feel like that will go very far once you see it. And I also feel like it will be painfully obvious that that's what they're doing. So it's like you unstick it, you move it forward, it's taken care of. If you have somebody lingering afterwards trying to create problems, I really feel like it'll be painfully obvious that they're just creating a problem to create a problem, and you'll wipe that right off. Like, nope, we're not doing that. Once you move it forward, though, the farther you get away from it, the happier you are. I just wouldn't over-negotiate this, because it really does stabilize out. I also feel like I wouldn't talk to it too much after it's done. After it's moved forward, I would just kind of keep referring to it as like a past thing that's been solved. Like, well, that's been solved. like it's been solved. Moving on with grace and joy is kind of like, yeah, well, that was a thing before, but it's not now. And also kind of like, if you pull that again, I'll do the same thing. So I don't know if that sounds graceful, but I kind of like feel like that's graceful. Okay, yeah, it's over, so we're moving on. If it happens again, same thing's going to happen. I'm going to do the same thing, so I don't need to. I don't feel like I need to talk to it very much. I feel like that's what grace is saying. Like, don't talk to it too much. Kind of like, yep, it's over. And if it happens again, same thing's going to happen. Moving on. I don't. You don't have to talk really sweet about it. You just got to be really to the point and move on. Yep, it's over. Moved on. Happens again, doing the same thing. Moving on. That's it. That's it. I feel like I'm like, why do I keep repeating it? Because I feel like they're going to keep trying to bring up this subject. I think that's why I'm repeating it. And just, you repeat what you said. It's done. Moved on. Happens again, doing the same thing. Moving on. Don't get into conversations about it. There's no reason for it. The grace with the joy is telling me you'll be a lot happier. There's no need to rehash it and overhash it and hash it again. Once you set the standard, you won't have to go back and really deal with it also. Because once people realize you're going to have the same answer, I feel like they leave you alone. These people should know enough too. If they keep asking you the same question and you keep giving them the same answer, it's only going to go so far before you're going to be like, listen, listen, I've told you the answer. I only know this one language, or here, I know this language, and this language. Maybe you know a few languages. I'll say it in this language, same thing. I'll say it in this language, same thing. Done is done. No. The grace, I feel like, don't justify it. Don't waste your time justifying it. Don't waste your time justifying it. Ironically, that's the grace. Don't waste your time justifying it. I think for whoever this is going to really hit for, I think you're being really nice and you're trying to be really nice, but it's just not going to serve you here. They're like, just move forward, get it done, and then just make it very short and sweet and move on from it. I think it's really interesting, though, how it's a better outcome, but somebody might be bent out of shape because it wasn't what they wanted, but it really is a better outcome. And if you have somebody you're dealing with that, I would just ignore it. I really would. I feel like that's a part of the grace, too. If they don't want to be happy about it, even though it's better, then that's their problem. Moving on. Moving on. Are we good? It seems really simple. But I almost feel like for some of you, maybe you'll feel guilty about just pushing it forward. They're saying in this situation, don't feel guilty. Because the other person's using like a manipulation tactic that isn't right either. So this is what it's going to take to move it forward. We're not going to overhash it. You pushed it forward. It's done. We're not going to talk about it very much. They don't want to like it. They don't have to like it. Moving on. Is there something I'm missing? I don't think there's anything I'm missing. All right. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below with the same email. Thank you again, and have a great day.